Friday, August 17th, 2018, little bamboo update. These are the ones I started, I think, on the 3rd. So they've been in here like 2 weeks, and bug on me there. This is kind of flooded. We got about 1.5 inches of rain last night in an hour. And so this is full of water, and all the leaves kind of came off of these. And that's not necessarily good. You kind of like the leaves to be I'm tipping this up, trying to drain it out here without everything sliding and falling out. But I do see some little leaves growing down there on that. So that one may be sprouting some roots actually. Trying to drain this out slowly so my perlite doesn't come out. But the leaves dried up on these pretty quickly and all turned brown and kind of went away. And we've had pretty good rainfall. Obviously it's flooded and it's been really humid and warm. And I've had these in a pretty good spot, I think, under my oak tree, so they get a little bit of sun for their energy so they can grow without burning up and getting too hot. Let me drain this out here. Alright, I got it drained out pretty good there. But yeah, this new little, and that's new growth, because all the other ones, and if I pull on this, it'll probably, see, that'll slide right out. That kind of all these little shoots kind of died. And I was hoping they would stay because, this was a kind of a young, very green culm. So I thought, oh yeah, there's a little bit down in here coming up too on that. So I'm pretty sure this piece, which would have been the very bottom piece, the first cut on the bottom, that one looks like it's growing. Even though everything fell off of it, it's got this and that greenery on there, so I think that one's doing good. Oh yeah, let me show you something else exciting. I had a 10-footer that I harvested, and it's way, I don't know if we can zoom in enough to see that. Oh, there, maybe. Alright, there's a 10-footer right there. Right on the edge of that. Right there. I'll go over there. And here's my side yard. This is my 10-footer I planted back there, but these are a couple specimens I dug up, some root balls, and they were about 5 and 6 foot tall. And this is this whole big thing here, that's all new. That all grew this year. I planted them in February, and July that came up. Now the end of August, this one grew. That whole thing over there grew out of this ball, and then this thing just came up a couple weeks ago, and oh man, it's that's only been up for 6 days. So yeah, that probably grew 18 inches or 2 feet in the last day or two, because the other day it was only just getting 6 foot tall, and it's probably over 8 now. So that's doing good, and that's its second new culm this year, or this season. Let me go over and show you my 10-footer over here. Here's another little bamboo I planted out here away from the house in the vacant lot, and this had a new shoot coming on it, and rabbits got under the wire here and ate it off. And now I got a new one that's coming out, and it's probably about 18 inches tall now. But that's really cool. I'm glad to see that. But this is my 10-footer here. This is the biggest one I harvested so far, and it's, and it was on probably a 60 or 70 pound ball, 18-inch diameter ball of roots. And I was out here the other day and I looked and I was like, oh man, there's a new shoot coming up. And then yesterday I came out here to check on it and make sure the rabbits didn't eat it, and there's another one. So, and by the diameter of those, they're almost as big as a 10-footer here. They're probably going to be 8 or 10 foot tall too. And they'll probably branch out like those other ones did over there. This one's probably a little tall and stretchy because the place it came from had a lot of other trees and stuff around it. And, well, this all kind of got trimmed back a little too. And then my other spot over here, where the rats or rabbits or something were really chewing up right down to the ground all the time, I put some chicken wire on the inside of the big wire there, and now it's like almost 2 foot tall in about a week. So it'll grow really fast, but if rabbits can get to it, man, they will eat it. And oh yeah, so the other thing I wanted to touch on, so if you want to grow something large from seed, it's going to take you a while. It's going to take, year after year before something will get this diameter. It'll take a few years for it to get that big. But if you collect a specimen from the field and get a good root ball with it, or you can see where there was another stalk there that probably came up at one time and broke off. But if you get a good rhizome, a good piece that was growing a 10-footer, chances are it's going to put up some more 10-footers. So if you get say a 3-gallon pot with a plant in it that's 6 inches to 2 feet tall, like this one here, this is probably 5 or 6 foot tall. Actually, that's putting out a pretty good sized diameter. Or wait a minute, this was from a clone, so this is a little different story here. But that's putting out a pretty big. Is that a clone or is that a collected root? I can't remember now. I think that might be a collected one, because it wouldn't be that big if it was from a clone. It would be smaller. If you want a big bamboo, you've got to start with a big root ball. You're not going to get a 20-foot bamboo from a seed in a couple years. It's going to take maybe 10 years, or depending on your climate, it might even take longer than that. What's going on? I can't stop this thing. Won't pause. And this is my purple bamboo here. This culm grew in February. It's the only one it put out this year. And it's about 5 feet tall. And I got another little one over here, which was out getting too much sun, I think, so I moved it back over here. Oh, I got some water on there that's preventing my touchpad from... Alright, so yeah, if a drop of water gets on the very edge of your touch screen, it may not function properly, I find. But yeah, all these little shoots that I was hoping would be able to hang on and make it, they all, kind of rotted off. But one is growing. I'm not going to yank it out of there just yet. I'll give it another couple weeks and make sure it's putting some leaves out, and let it get some roots on there. But generally, if a root's growing on bamboo, it's pretty tough. It's a hard... You don't have to worry about breaking a bamboo root, and they'll get all tangled together, and you just have to rip them apart, and it doesn't really hurt them that much. So, oh, and this one over here, that's my Buddha belly. It lost all its leaves. I'm hoping it'll still make it, but I got to drain that too. It's also flooded. Oh, and I got these last Saturday, and these are a shorter, thin-walled. They got these little white stripes on some of the newer leaves, and the culm sheaths have like a white and green stripe on them. And I don't see a whole lot of the striped ones now. But this is about a 30, 40, foot tall bamboo, 1.5 inch diameter, so it makes kind of a thin screen, but it's nice. I'm going to try to get some of those to grow. Cut